I believe that we're live. I'll drop the open.
Welcome back
Boom.
to the Hank Strange situation.
All right, people, make sure you
Lifestyles
subscribe,
of the
thumbs
locked
up,
and loaded.
ring the bell so you could be notified. We are live. Come on, let's see jazz hands or pinkies or someone. I don't know. It's getting confusing. Everyone's confused now. No one knows what to do. Jazz toes right now.
I could arrange that. Hang on a second.
Oh boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
No, I'll
Walter,
die.
don't pull anything, Walter. We don't have insurance. We don't have insurance for you. Don't hurt yourself.
I ain't got none of that Obamacare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. We almost saw Walter's big girl panties here just now. It's episode 437 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Coming to you live from our Gainesville studios here. Walter, are you serious with that? You're really going in.
That was the
Really
other leg.
Oh.
They said it couldn't be done, and I did it.
Oh, wow. Okay, Walter really wants to do it. No, Walter, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
Not as Mr. Bush said, not gonna do it.
Not
gonna
do
do it.
Would not be prudent at this juncture.
You're not gonna do it.
Listen, we're live out there. Welcome to everyone that's coming in. As you guys come in right now, smash the thumbs ups, share, comment, all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you ring the bell so you guys can be notified when we go live. This is brought to you by Safety Harbor Firearms. Of course, Walter's here from Safety Harbor Firearms. It's, like I said, it's episode 437, and we're entitling it CNBC Looks at the Business of NRA. We'll talk about that and anything else you guys want to talk about. And also, we have Young Dylan, if you guys remember. Young Dylan, I don't know, that's what I'm calling him now. I don't know, we'll just call him. Unless you got a better nickname for him, Walt.
I'm not giving. I don't know him that well. I'm not nicknaming him.
We'll just call Dylan's back. I think, when were you here last, Dylan?
It was I think it was like the Friday after the NRA, like the week after the NRA annual meeting.
Okay, the convention.
So around like the beginning of May, I believe.
Okay. All right, cool. Wow. That time's flying.
I know it.
Yeah, time's flying really fast here. Okay, Walter, what are you showing off?
They're asking for Gorn already. So here's mini Gorn.
Oh man, these dudes, they're into the Gorn.
I know.
You know what? You give them Gorn early, then they want Gorn early all the time. You
I
know?
don't mind giving them some Gorn.
Dylan's ready. Look at that. Got his. Walter's got a cannon. I don't know. Is that cannon functional, Walter?
Actually, it is.
Oh, really?
It actually has. It's got a regular old barrel in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'd want to shoot it, but
No, at least not indoors.
it's an antique kind of thing,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Is that a Safety Harbor exclusive?
No, that's no.
No, Safety Harbor. What are you trying to say, Walter? Safety Harbor not making any cannons. Anytime soon.
Not yet,
No,
anyway.
Not making any cannons. No.
Maybe a yeet cannon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out what is. Okay, there we go. Oh, now I'm just throwing too many of these up. Okay.
What's up?
No, I'm just trying to get this all sorted out here. I think I got it now. Maybe. Okay, cool. So, so we're gonna talk to Dylan. We got Walter here. We got several things going on. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we're here. I'm here for you guys. Here for you guys to talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. Let's see, Dylan. What's been April? Since April, what's been on your mind, man? You're in school. School back in?
I start back next week.
Next week, okay. Are we telling people where you go, or are we not? We're not trying to keep that.
I probably shouldn't, but I don't mind telling you, but I probably shouldn't tell everybody.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to a college somewhere in America.
That's right.
It's safe to say. So, what's been on your mind, man, in all this time since you've been on?
Well, obviously when I got to meet you and Tim and Miss Lola and other people at NRAM, had a terrific time. Of course, I wasn't happy about what was going on at the NRA, but I was very happy, about getting to meet some people that I've watched for years. But basically after that, when I got done with the school year, I've worked a summer job, and I actually transferred somewhere closer to home for school.
Okay.
So the cool thing with that is I'm going to get to work at a gun store while I go to school.
Oh,
So,
cool. Okay, was that your summer job, working in a gun store?
no, I actually work at my family business, but I'm gonna do the gun thing. I've known the owner of this store for a couple of years, and he wants to see how I like it. So
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm gonna like it a lot.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think you probably will. You're a gun guy. Is the family okay with that? Like, you not working in the family business?
Yeah, my dad owns it. He just wants me to do. He knows that like my passion is a lot more in guns than heating and air.
Oh, your dad does AC. Okay, listen, that's a good business right there, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the season. Right now.
That's right.
Yeah, this is the season for doing air conditioners and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But the whole family's probably into guns and stuff like that as well, right?
Well, surprisingly, it's pretty split actually. I'm
Okay.
lucky that my parents were supportive of me, being into guns, and my dad likes guns, but I've actually got some quite a few liberals in my family that probably think I'm a maniac.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there's always a few of those nuts in every family.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
There are.
Yeah, every family's got to deal with that. Every family's got to
There
deal
are.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you know that as well, Walter.
Luckily, they don't live close to me.
Yeah, that's where you want to keep them, far away, far away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What is going on with this thing? Why is it? Okay, here we go. All right, so let's see what else we're getting into. Oh, by the way, I see John Crump is out there. He says John Carpenter got his rights fully restored, so that's good news.
That's really good news.
Yeah, that's good news for anyone who didn't keep up with that. That's the Marine here in Florida that he was caught up in this situation where these old ladies had a roommate that had their name that was threatening them, and they went and did an order of protection and all that. Go ahead, Walt.
If I was him, I would have asked for a written apology.
From the state?
The state,
Yeah.
and particularly Nikki, our new agriculture secretary.
Nikki Freed?
Yeah, Nikki Freed. Yeah,
Mhm.
Nikki Nicole Freed. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, she's been giving you guys a lot of issues from what I've read. That's just, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Here you go. So when you go to pump gas in our state, Dylan, the Department of Agriculture usually has a sticker on the gas pump saying that they check all this stuff and it's good. Well, I go
Oh,
to pump
my
gas
gosh.
one day, and here's a picture of this Nikki Freed Cole or whatever the hell her name is. It looks like she's a realtor. It looks like a realtor's picture
Oh
on
my
the.
gosh.
And I'm like, what
Oh,
the
my-
hell?
And I guarantee you she's using those pictures to run for some other type of office.
Hello.
Yeah.
That way everybody will know who Nikki is when it comes time when she wants to run for governor or something.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every time I think about it, I get pissed off even more. So yeah, so I'm not gonna think about it no more.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand.
This is why it's very important for people to get out and vote.
Yeah.
Gun guys, don't leave it up to other people when it comes time to voting, thinking everything's going to be okay. Because, like we just said, you always get some nuts in the family. We got a lot of Republicans in, but then Nikki Freed on the Democratic side got in there, and she's going to take full advantage of that bad boy. So, yeah. So that's going on. So anyway, that's good news that happened here. Let's see.
Are we looking for any kind of news right now, or has it got to be gun news?
Whatever kind of news. If you've got some stuff you want to talk about, you can we can go through it, or whatever the folks out there. If you guys have something you want to talk about, let us know, and we'll get to that. Shout out to everyone out there. Let's see. Michael Bender, who is related to John Carpenter, said, "Safety Harbor Firearms, this ain't over yet. Florida Carry will pursue this. John will be with them too." So I guess there's, they're going to be taking further action. The one thing that we have to worry about here is that happening over and over again to other people.
That is so sloppy. That is such a slop. I mean, that's how they show up. The SWAT shows up at the wrong people's house and kills people.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that happens. Oh, we went to the wrong address. Or we went. It was supposed to be the house next door. It's like, holy fuck, where you know you guys going, man?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So let's see. I'm trying to see what other stuff is on people's minds here. Like I said, I don't know if you guys saw that, but CNBC did do an article, and there's a video out on it, which I'm going to pull up here in a second. So you guys can see it. Do you think that this NRA news thing is dying down anytime soon, guys? NRA staying in the news?
Not
No.
unless the person that everybody wants to see go away goes away. It's going to stay in. It's going to stay in the news. So.
Yeah, and you're talking about Wayne LaPierre.
Yep. Hashtag Wayne must go or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. What are you thinking about all of this? Because like you said, the last time you were here, it was right after the NRA show, but this stuff is, there's just been more and more news getting piled onto this, Dylan. What do you think about that?
Well, I think like most people, I was like you at the show. I was hoping that they were going to make some structural changes and to where we weren't dealing with what we're dealing with now. And obviously they dragged their feet to protect Wayne. And I think we're up to 6 board members now that have resigned. And
at least 6. Yeah.
And I think that number is just going to keep increasing, and we're going to see. I think also with the board meeting coming up in September in Alaska, we're gonna. I mean, this news. I mean, I don't see it dying down anytime soon, in my opinion.
Yeah. So here, I'll put up a link here for everyone who wants to look at it if you guys haven't looked at it. I've looked at there's a video on it that everyone can look at. It's also here in our internal chat, guys. I'll throw it in here one more time if you all want to see it. You can. There's a little write-up on it as well. So, read, look at the video, whatever works for you. The gist of this is they're going over everything basically we've been talking about here. But they're trying to figure out the money behind the NRA. And you know what? I thought it was $30 million before that they gave to Trump, but I saw it was like $54 million that they gave to help get Trump elected. And then they're going through like how all the money comes into the NRA, what happens with the money. Of course, talking about some of the mishandling of the money, how much money people get paid, and all of that kind of stuff. And then how right now the NRA is coming. It's actually looking like they may have to do bankruptcy. What do you guys think about that? If they have to go the bankruptcy route, you think that could actually happen?
I don't understand that. Yeah. But hey, what do I know?
With all the money going through there, you don't understand it.
That's why you get if you're gonna go bankruptcy. What do you? Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just a restructuring thing.
They may have to. I think they may have to restructure. I know from looking at it myself. Yeah, I think with all that, like, first of all, they're in New York, right? They should have probably fixed being based in New York a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that's
which is just an incompetent mistake.
Yeah. I don't know why that wasn't fixed a long time ago. I don't know what is the deal with the whole New York thing, but then New York can bring them to task on that. Also, they were talking about the fact that because the NRA is selling insurance, right? That's one of the things they got in with. I think that was like at least a couple of years ago that they got into with USCCA or because they're selling insurance and they really are not supposed to be selling insurance. I think that's one of the things that's out there right now, one of the reasons why they're being investigated.
Hank, do you mind if I touch on
Sure,
this for a second?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, from everything I've read, they did not have the proper license in New York to sell insurance. And the thing that I've heard with the New York Attorney General is they may strip the NRA of their nonprofit status when they look at how they may have to declare bankruptcy, and they look at how much they're not behaving like a nonprofit when you look at the financial malfeasance and where the money is going to the the executives, and they may be forced to liquidate their name and the brand, which Bloomberg has already mentioned that he would buy it.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would love that.
I mean, I don't mean to sound
Yeah.
negative, but I mean
Right.
it's just been, it's just a mismanagement thing, and the members of the NRA deserve a lot better, which is why I think we should all, we should all switch our funds to people like GOA or FPC.
Yeah, we definitely need other options other than the NRA. We should never be in that position where anyone, for whatever reason, could come in and take out one organization, and then everyone's running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Kind of situation that's going on now, especially with the politicians that don't have any backbone anymore because they're not worried about the NRA.
Brian Quick just asked, did he just say malfeasance?
Malfeasance.
I meant to say, golly, it's been a long day. I'm sorry. I think I meant to say they didn't do their fiduciary duties. I don't know how that came out.
I'd have to look at the definition of malfeasance to see if it was proper or not. Because those are big words I don't know. I don't use big words like that.
You're not going to law school, are you, Dylan?
No way.
No. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of craziness going on over there at the NRA for sure. This is all due to them. I think people did what they're supposed to do. Even in this video, when I was looking at it, they said every time people have always been giving to the NRA, right, supporting the NRA. But then whenever you have these shootings, and then politicians consequently start coming out there and going, "Oh, we need more gun control," people give more money to the NRA to preserve our Second Amendment. They've gotten tons of money. They're the ones that have done the wrong things with the money and have created this situation, even though I'm sure they're like, oh, these guys are coming after us. They want to take us down. Well, you're giving them the opportunity to take you down. So I see Camp David, lots of people saying we need to support the GOA, and that kind of stuff. What was this? John Dieter says, I saw Crenshaw met with the crying mommies. I saw Crenshaw was also on, this is a completely different thing. Crenshaw was also on Joe Rogan. Do you guys know that?
Nope.
He was on Joe Rogan yesterday. Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. I didn't see the whole thing. I saw the part where they were talking about guns and gun control. And I think that was interesting. I don't know if you guys want to get into exactly what they talked about because you didn't see it, but they were talking about gun control, red flags, and things like that. I think Crenshaw is saying he's kind of like corrected his position, right? Because he got lots of pushback from the people. So I think he's backing off the red flag thing. Go ahead, Walt.
He's doing well. Okay. He's doing that typical politician thing. Well, I'm sorry. It's like, well, why the fuck did you say it to start with, dude?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, as Harry's Holster, shout out to Harry's Holsters, is saying that Harry's Holsters is saying he did well on Rogan. I think if you look at that, there's a specific clip out there that I think is about 20 minutes with Joe Rogan and Crenshaw talking about this. They were saying essentially, you should look at it for yourself. But they're saying essentially more laws aren't going to solve the problem that we have. Right? That's where Crenshaw was before he came out in support of like talking about red flag laws and TAPS. Now, when I looked at it, from what I saw, he's still down with TAPS. He's just saying we are misunderstanding.
Oh, of course.
We are misunderstanding him when it comes to
we don't understand. We can't understand things. It's bigger than us, right?
Well, I heard what he said on his Instagram account where he says, guys, listen, there are good versions of red flag laws and there's bad versions. And the issue that I have with that is, like Walter, I heard you say on the show yesterday, any red flag law, it makes you guilty until you're proven innocent. It flips the whole judicial system.
Every red flag law is a bad version.
Yeah, why not just get
what's
rid
a
of
good
all the
version?
Bill of
What's a good
Rights?
version of that?
Yeah, there's already plenty of laws where they can come and get your stuff.
Well, and if you guys notice, I think I saw someone saying this in the chat. I don't remember who right now. I'd have to scroll way back. But I saw someone saying in the chat that guess what? Since these things, the authorities have already stopped. What was it, like over 20 different things that could have happened, right? Maybe they just need to do their jobs. Maybe they just need to work.
There was just a thing in Florida where some kid at school said he was going to bring his daddy's AR-15 and kill like 7 or 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so well, where is that boy now? That boy needs to be thrown in the big house for a little while.
Yeah, should be. They should be looking into everything that's out there. Seriously, they already have things that they can use to do stuff about this. So,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Overall, here's what I'm saying. If you look at the conversation with Crenshaw and Rogan, I think overall they were saying that, hey, taking guns from people isn't going to do anything. Making up new laws isn't going to do anything. The bad guys already don't give a crap about laws. You know, so it seemed to me like Crenshaw was off of red flag laws, but still defending his stance on the TAPS stuff. The future, like the, what do you call that thing again? Minority Report type thing, right?
All this monitoring garbage.
Yeah. So, okay. Eli80 gave us a couple of bucks, so shout out to Eli80. Boom. Let's shout him out right there.
Just straight up $2.
Yeah. What do you think about TAPS? See, I'm trying to get the young point of view, Walter. You know, I'm trying to split it between the two of you. We get a point of view from someone who's 20-something years old and someone who's 220-something years old.
What do you think, you whippersnapper?
Well, you know, Crenshaw, he is from what I understand, he is a co-sponsor of TAPS with a Democrat, I believe. And
bipartisan stuff. Yeah.
The way that I understand it, I don't know if you guys listened, but Tim had a live stream about a week or so ago with Eric Pratt from GOA, and they talked about TAPS. And basically, from what I understand, they're saying that it doesn't have anything immediately to do with guns, but it could be used as red flag laws on steroids. And the thing that I find so funny about the thing is it creates a whole new federal bureaucracy. So here we have someone that's a conservative that's supposed to be making the government smaller, and he's creating a new bureaucracy. I mean, you know, where was the federal government when 9/11 happened? We can't expect the bureaucracies to save us from this kind of stuff. I mean, it's
the government at 9/11 was watching all these. They knew who these people were.
Exactly.
But none of them wanted to talk to each other because they're all scared that they might not be the one they might give away some info, or they might not be the chosen one that finds the bad guys.
Exactly. I don't.
For a while that got better, but right now we're right back in that same situation where nobody wants anybody else in their kingdom. You know, or they're power hungry.
Yeah.
Right. And you know? I think that what Crenshaw, the big his point of view, the part that I think he really doesn't understand is you cannot leave the door open to be abused. And that's what TAPS is. It may have, you know, some people that are a part of it may have good intentions, but it leaves so much open to trample on our rights that we cannot allow it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't need this. They monitor your stuff enough as it is. We don't need any more.
Yeah, and I think what one of the things I saw that Crenshaw was trying to say about the TAPS Act is that it's just creating money for the agencies to tap into the money. Because
why the hell do we need?
They need
to give
more
them
money.
More money. They waste the damn money now as fast as they get it.
Didn't we make a whole Homeland Security after 9/11?
Yeah, look at that huge.
What happened to that thing?
Oh yeah.
They need? Who needs more money here?
You like taking your shoes off at the airport?
Oh. Well, and the reason they want to do it as like with grants where they give the locals money, the local governments, is they know that the governments are going to go where the money goes. So that means everyone's going to follow it, and then they don't have to take direct blame saying, "Oh, we didn't make this law. We just assisted them with money for it."
Mm-hmm.
You heard that thing called war on drugs?
Yeah, how's that work out?
You know, all that is that's just a way to give the police and all these agencies more money. It doesn't. Nothing. Has it got any better?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what they do with the more money. Look at the government, for example, was allowing guns to go across the border. That's what they did. That's what they did. That's what ATF was doing with money. right?
Yeah.
Allowing
And
guns
look,
to go across the border that they didn't track, didn't really prosecute anyone on that. They let thousands of
Eric,
guns go across the border, killed probably tens of thousands of people in Mexico and people here. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well.
Oh
So,
yeah, if you go to the ATF's Instagram page, they put up during Christmas time. They said, give a friend or loved one a gift card to buy a new gun instead of buying them a new gun. And one of the most liked comments someone put is, "Did you give the drug cartels gift cards?"
yes, they did. That's that's basically what happened because they allowed those things. I mean, if you guys read Guns Across the Border from Mike Deddy, the nonsense that they got up to there, nobody's in jail. No one went to jail. No one got even like their hand smacked out of that situation.
Eric Holder, Barack Obama.
Yeah,
all responsible. Right up to the big man in the White House. Yep. That was that was all their ploy to try to get rid of like Second Amendment stuff. You know, make the situation worse than it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And what's even worse too is like some of the Republicans, when that all happened, they promised an investigation. And where was that investigation?
Mm-hmm.
It's called tits on a boar hog. They're useless.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
You know, that's
yeah. I don't think we need to give any more funding to these people.
Nope.
No.
They don't need no more money.
They don't need any more funding.
They don't need no more damn money.
Yeah. That's just going to be me. So Crenshaw, he did. Look, I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He did good. Joe Rogan seems to be getting better. Seems to be understand. I think Joe Rogan is like slowly inching over that line, Walter.
What line is that?
I think he's coming across that line. I think Joe Rogan at some point here is going to move out of L.A.
Oh, he's going to come to the dark side?
Yeah, come over to the right side of the force.
Dark side.
You know, I really do think so, man. I think Joe Rogan is starting to see how crazy people are in L.A.
I'll take the dark side, as long as I got lots of bullets.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. There's a whole bunch of stuff going through here, so I'm just trying to keep up with everyone. What? Someone was saying that. Let me see. What was that? I'm trying to see this. Someone was talking about the Gun Collective. Okay. Uncle Mike says, "Wow, the update on what Patreon's doing from the Gun Collective was really ridiculous. You can't offer promo codes or discount likes, etc." On Patreon now. Yeah, all of these social media platforms, people are going to be they're going to crack down on us.
They're all left wing.
Yeah.
They're all leftists. All of them.
Yeah.
Look at Patreon's based in San Francisco, right?
All of these things, most of these things.
And what's even worse is, Hank, I support you and others on Patreon. I try to, support you all with what's happening. And the bad thing is you all receive your payments through PayPal, and PayPal is so anti-gun. I hate to say it. I don't want to give any ideas, but I mean, they can shut that.
They've already done it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They are, and they're constantly going after people all the time. Yeah. Me included. So yes, eventually all of these things are going to be a problem. I saw today. I'm trying to pull it up. Someone, who was it on Instagram that Instagram kicked them off the platform? Oh, Well-Armed Woman. Yeah, here he goes. I'll pull this up. I don't know if you guys are aware of Well-Armed Woman, but this is on The Truth About Guns. Latest social media gun industry victim, the Well-Armed Woman. By now, the arbitrary and capricious use of opaque site policies, terms, and standards by various internet platforms to defund, suspend, and ban firearms-related publications and businesses is old news. But sometimes the pasty-faced techno wizards... Who wrote this? Oh, Dan Zimmerman. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Pasty-faced techno wizards who run the dominant social media sites managed to surprise even us. The latest victim of the ban hammer, the Well-Armed Woman. And then this looks like a Twitter post. The Well-Armed Woman Instagram page has been shut down. Poof, it's gone. No warning, no response, nothing. Empowering and educating women to refuse to be a victim. to allow people to rape and murder appears to offend them. And then the article goes on, and they're like, they're showing her post. Somehow, someone at Facebook owned Instagram was triggered by the purple-shirted brigade's mission of introducing women to the ins and outs of armed self-defense, gun ownership, gun safety, shooting skills, and products for women shooters. We'll discuss everything from permits to holsters, and we'll do it in a candid and concise manner. So well-armed woman deplatformed, at least on Instagram. So that is crazy, and that's the reason why you guys see us like we're moving around. We're on different platforms because a lot more of this is as we get closer to. First of all, as they try to push gun control, this is going to ramp up. Then as we move to the elections in 2020, it's really going to kick into high gear. So, Walter, you out there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm listening to your rant there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I agree with it. I agree with you.
Yeah. I could tell you guys that. So, for example, with our YouTube channel, the main one, Hank Strange, there were 3 pages of videos that were demonetized.
A lot of mine.
Huh?
A lot of mine.
Yeah, no, these are old videos. These are old videos. If I actually go back
to
and these are videos they already went over and pulled the monetization on and put it up for review, and we had them review it and they looked at it. Some of these videos they've looked at 2-3 times and said, okay, this is fine, but then they change the rules and they come back in and they go, well, forget that. Because of the new rules, we don't like this anymore. 3 pages. 3 pages worth of videos, so I think Lola's probably trying to go through and contest that right now. But what we're gonna wind up doing is when those things when they come back and confirm it or whatever, I just remove everything from there, and you guys can find that stuff on Gunstreamer. That's the way we're dealing with it right now, and there's just gonna be more of this. Uncle Mike says he supports me on Contributus, which is what we do. A lot of the things everything's on Gunstreamer, but the stuff that they're banning, we put it into a special tier, and if you support us on there, you get access to all of that stuff. So thanks to Uncle Mike for doing that. And we have a Gunstreamer for Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded, this channel, as well as the Hank Strange channel. So just be aware of that, people, because that's where you're going to find those things. That's what happened with Antonia Okafor that was on. I removed that whole video today, but then when I went in there were 2 other videos that they confirmed, and then there was about 6 other videos that they're like, yeah, we're going to take a look at these again. So, that's just, we're just going to keep going like this for a while until they eventually come in and say, nope, don't want you on this platform.
They're just going to throw you off, that's all.
Yeah.
How ironic is it that the leftists claim they are for free speech?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They're not at all. Without a doubt, they're not for free speech whatsoever.
Only speech they're for is their speech.
Yeah.
So that's the only speech they're for.
Yeah. So there's going to be more and more of this happening. That's the thing I'm trying to tell you guys. So we just have to keep up. One, I think, like I've been saying for a while, we need to have our own things. I know people think that's segregation or self-segregation. Whatevs. Just, that's what we're going to have to do until the people that we elect to deal with this stuff actually deal with it and maybe take away some of the special protections for these dudes.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Maybe if they weren't allowed to give them any money, they'd do that, but they ain't going to do it until they're not allowed to give them any money. So.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about the shekels, man. Just remember that. It's all about the money.
Mm-hmm.
Hank, real quick, am I speaking too loudly?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, Walter.
Mm-hmm.
What were you
saying?
saying?
No, that's okay. No, that's all. I'm just saying it's all about the money, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I will say I give the president good credit on being tough on social, what Facebook, Twitter, YouTube is doing. I'm not, particularly happy with him on some of the stuff he's done on the Second Amendment, but I at least think it's good that, he has seen from his own Twitter account what they do to people that are not, leftists. So I do think that he is, he's one of the only guys we got that probably would do something about Facebook, which owns YouTube and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a monopoly. They run a monopoly, and,
right?
There's laws against that, but somebody has to enforce those laws. And,
yeah. The thing is that I think there's been plenty of talk on the part of the president, the White House, and even some Republicans out there, but no actual action that I'm seeing taking place. I'd like to see them actually take some action and don't sit around waiting for elections to come and go before you do something about it. What you decide to do something about it, and then you're not even in office anymore.
Right.
So CloverTac has this, which I'll add and I'll read this. CloverTac's he's pretty active in there right now. He says, can't live on Full30 or Gunstreamer, so while those are great options, if these viewers, he put in a number here of the viewers, I'm guessing this is the people who are watching us live right now, who should be smashing the thumbs ups.
Hit that damn button.
If these viewers don't start watching and engaging over there, supporting, then they will never offer live ever. Well, that may be true. It takes money for sure for them for Gunstreamer themselves to offer live. I don't really know that much about Full30. I'm on Full30. I don't really know anything about it. I don't communicate with them. I have no clue what's even going on over there. But yeah, I think that it's going to definitely take money to do that. I think that Gunstreamer is probably working on it, but
right.
What everyone's waiting, one day what's going to happen is you won't be able to do it live over here either.
No.
And it's something to add on Full30. I could be wrong, but I believe that Tim is not affiliated with them anymore.
No, he isn't.
So I mean, it seems like I agree with you. We definitely need some alternative options.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough. Look, I think there should be other options, just like we were talking about with pro Second Amendment organizations like NRA, GOA, etc. Right? There should be other alternatives. Then one of the things is like, which one does everyone get on? I don't know. Everyone should get on everything wherever you can get on it and just prepare. I think ultimately what's going to happen here is when the roof falls in, then people will start trying to figure out what to do about it. Unfortunately,
like I said before, use them all like a Trojan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, just use it. I mean, use it till you can't use it anymore. I mean, if you're not having to pay for it, then why aren't you using it? I guess I don't know. I'm not posting that stuff of myself all the time, but no reason why you shouldn't if you can.
At least go to everything and exist there, right? So that if something goes wrong, you already exist over here. When you post on one place, some places. So, for example, if you're posting on Instagram, I think you could post to Facebook and Twitter, and maybe some other things at the same time. But the way I do it, make a post, write that down, copy that, put it all the places, put it out there. This is just a megaphone to call people in to whatever it is you do. So if your main thing is YouTube, social media is just a megaphone to get people over to whatever you're creating on YouTube, because there's a lot of voices out there right now, which is part of the problem. They're trying to silence there's a lot of voices out there right now.
Silence the opposition. It's not nothing fancy. It's just old school. Silence the opposition.
Yeah. John Crump says Minds is close to live streaming. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Are you aware of Minds, young Dylan? You know what Minds is?
Well, this might surprise you, but no, I'm not.
He's young, but he has an old soul.
That's true.
He has an old soul. So Minds is an app. It's a social media app. Kind of like a decentralized social media app in terms of they don't care about a lot of this stuff that Facebook and these other places are into. And so we all got up on Minds, or a lot of us got up on Minds, just for anyone who's interested. And it's MINDS, and it has a light bulb. And I think there's an iPhone app and there's an Android app. for whatever people have out there. And if you're looking for me, I'm on there as the real Hank Strange, or actually real Hank Strange. No the in there, just real Hank Strange. So just get up on everything, man. When that day comes, when the emergency comes, then we'll deal with it, because it's really tough. I agree that we need to do something about this, but most of us, it seems like, are just going to wait until that day. So we'll wake up one day and they'll be like, yeah, everybody's deplatformed. All the gun guys are deplatformed. Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Probably it will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen, probably.
Yeah. It gets kind of boring, right, Walter, when you're already ahead of these things. I think if you already know it's going to happen and you're out there preparing, and then you have work to do and you're building guns or doing whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make any money. Well, I should say that. Let's see here. I shouldn't say that. I said it's not my way. It's advertising for me to post to the internet. Anything I'm doing, basically. Even this is kind of advertising. But to sit and do it all day long, I don't make any money doing that. So
right. Someone's got to build the guns.
Someone's got to do something. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's got to package those guns. Someone's got to shoot them.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave that to somebody else, because.
No, I'm saying you got to test them. And
I test the fire. Yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah. You got to build them. You got to test them. You do have to market them so that someone actually orders it. And then you got to put it in boxes and get it sent out to FFLs.
Yeah. You got to do all that fun stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But to sit in front of the computer and search and chase all this stuff down all day, no.
Yeah. John Crump said there will not be a warning. What do you guys think about that? I agree with him. I think, nope, we're not going to know.
Why would they warn you?
No, they're not going to warn you. No way.
You're just going to wake up one day and you're going to go, let's see what's my page on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a feeling it's coming within 5 days of the elections.
It's going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen way before the election.
No, I don't think so. I think they're going to wait into that nice window where it's too late to really do anything about it, or they're going to just do a slow boil up, you know what I mean? Like start going, okay, we're going to get rid of these guys in waves. Let's take out these sets of people, then go after these guys, then go after these guys. And essentially, they don't really have to, as we saw, like if you look at the Project Veritas stuff, right? They don't even really have to deplatform anyone, man. They could just ghost you on all these platforms.
They just draw you. Right. They just put just close the valve on you.
And Hank, correct me on this if I'm wrong, but something that they're doing to you all is they're basically making it to where if you're a demonetized channel, you do not show up in anyone's like searches, or you're not. They're basically like trying to kill your outreach, which
discovery for sure. Yeah.
Right.
I think if someone look, it depends on what level they go after you, right? I think that with most people, when they start suppressing your discovery, there's not people who are naturally going to come across you. But if they search for you, they can still find you. If they follow you and they ring the bell, because remember, there's all these different platforms. If they ring the bell on YouTube, they'll notify you. But there's other things that they do. So like I said with
Antonio, like they won't recommend a video is what you mean.
Yeah, they won't recommend it, but if people are looking for it, they can see it. Now, does that mean that they can do that one day where they go, yeah, if you can search for this stuff all you want to, you won't see it. And Google is doing that on the outside. That's what Project Veritas was talking about with their whistleblower, because he said if you go on Google and search for certain companies, you won't find them. No matter what you do, you won't find them. I know Alex Jones was included in that. That they're making it difficult to find Alex Jones. But then what a lot of the platforms did was said, okay, we're deplatforming Alex Jones, and anyone who goes and mentions him will go after them. Although I've seen that like Alex Jones has been on Crowder, it looks like that's fine, and he was on Joe Rogan, that looks like that was fine. But I know they do that kind of thing because Antonia Okafor, they didn't deplatform her, but they demonetized her entire channel, and then when she came on here, anything we put her name in, they demonetized it automatically. So
wow.
They have lots of different things. They have lots of what is that? Oh, Walter, you know this. We have lots of ways of killing you.
We have ways to make you talk.
Oh, we have ways to make you talk.
We have ways to make you.
We
talk.
have ways of making you not be able to talk.
We have ways so nobody can hear your talk.
Yeah. That's
what's going to happen.
They could do what they want to do.
I mean, I hate to say it, you're playing in their sandbox.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
People don't like to hear that, but they'll. Oh, see, time out. I gotta go. I'll be back.
Okay. Walter's got important business coming into Walter. Did you notice that, Dylan? It's like a friggin', it's like the government is calling Walter right now. This is a contract. We should do one of those lip reading things with Walter.
What do you mean I got to serialize those uppers?
Walter's got a big tank order coming in. You know what I think? You know what's on the unfortunate part of all of this, Dylan? I think that the industry, in this video that I'm talking about, the CNBC did in this article they put up. Oh, I'm getting some feedback. In this article they put up, they were talking about how these companies are making all this money. Now, I think some of the companies are down year over year. I saw like 25% down, 15, right. 16% down and all that. But for all these years, these companies in the firearms industry have been making money. And how much of that money have they put towards these social, like having their own social media platforms? Especially this thing, social media has been important for at least the last 5 years, but what kind of investment have they put into that? I'm going to say none.
That's an excellent point. And then, the other issue, relying on the NRA to, through the American Riflemen and other things to be most of their advertising, that's been a big issue because you're giving the NRA a stranglehold on the industry that basically gives them a way to extort the firearms companies into having to always give them money, which is probably one of the only things that's keeping them alive right now, because the membership has cut them off pretty good, I think.
I think so. I think they're losing a lot from the membership. I think they're losing the industry, but it's too bad that the industry is so ass backwards that they haven't made any kind of investments into their own platforms.
Right.
I'm not saying that they had to jump in, they had to jump all the way in, but the industry should have been looking at this stuff, thinking about it, maybe helping different people that have tried to build platforms out there, help them out. Obviously it's an expensive thing, right? That's what we're talking about, but marketing is expensive. And at the end of the day, if you can't advertise on the radio, I mean, I do hear there are some companies able to advertise on the radio, but if you're cut off on TV, you can't do regular magazine ads, they cut you off on social media and all that, then, it's that old adage of if a tree falls in the forest but no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? No, not going to make any sound. So, let's see. John Parsons, what does he say here? Our only hope is for Facebook and YouTube to lose safe harbor status for editing content. If that's our only hope, we're doomed because we cannot get these politicians to do anything about that. We just can't get them to do anything about it. So they look at it. Is Walter back?
I'm back.
You back there, Walter?
I think I got butt dialed.
Oh, you got butt dialed. Oh.
When I answered the phone, nobody was there.
Oh.
So.
Oh. I thought someone's calling you to sell you a Soviet MiG or M16. Not F-16. Excuse me, M16.
M16. Yeah.
No.
I got a whole box over here with $8.5 million in it, just waiting for that F-16.
For the F-16.
Oh, I saw that on your all's show. So, are we gonna start a GoFundMe so we can all go?
Oh my gosh, I'm tempted. Everyone, listen. Here's what we do, Walter. We start a GoFundMe. Everyone gets a piece of that plane. So even a little bolt. If you give $5, you get a little bolt. That bolt belongs to you on that plane.
And then that son of a bitch would want to sleep in that with that damn bolt. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna want my bolt. I'm gonna come to the plane. Is this? Wait a second, Walter. Is this my bolt right here? Yes, that's okay. I'm taking this with me when I leave.
Well, the last thing I want to do is have 350 people wanting to sleep with their bolts. Okay. or sleep with their lug nut, or whatever, or touch their exhaust vane. It's like no.
Oh boy. So this is from Red Bear. Red Bear says Crenshaw is a little McCain wannabe. In other words, a war hawk, Zeos Hill that will sell you down the river. Zeo Shill.
He's another Rubio too. The first time there'll be this chance to be like the Gang of Eight. Remember the Gang of Eight when these 8 senators got together and bipartisan garbage back?
The immigration and everything.
Yeah, all this crap. Yeah. They're so anxious to be in the forefront that they do all this stuff a lot of times without thinking about it. It's like. Yeah. Come on, man! You're supposed to be you're a SEAL, lost your eyeball in combat, all that stuff. Now you want to take my guns? No.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but I feel like I was incredibly disappointed in Representative Crenshaw, and I have respect for him for his service, but it just bothers me that he took that oath, and now he feels like because he's in office, he's in it for the self gain and everything, and it's just really disgusting.
Well, once you get in, once you become one of the cool dudes, and then they start inviting you to the parties, that starts like seducing you, right? Now you're getting to go to the Hollywood shindigs. Next thing you know, they're inviting you out to the Perv Island or whatever.
And then they have that conversation like, if you don't get in line with us here, buddy, you ain't getting no money come election time. And
I don't want my politicians to be cool. I do not want to see my politicians at any Hollywood functions. I don't want to see them in any part. You know what? It's like another thing. Here's the thing that really, really aggravates the living bejeebas out of me. I don't know if this gets on anyone else's nerves. When you're looking at a movie, you're looking at some movie that just came up, let's say like Endgame or something like that, right? Whatever, the latest movie. And then on there you see Wolf Blitzer from CNN. You see some like actual news reporter in a movie, and I'm always thinking to myself, wait a second, is this an actor, or are they in a movie? Or are they a news anchor? If you're a news anchor, I don't want you in the movies because now you're an actor.
Now you're trying to sway public opinion for whatever it is, even if it's some fake story. Yeah, it usually leans really hard to the left in these movies.
Where I saw Wolf Blitzer? Mission Impossible. I was looking at the last Mission Impossible. Wolf Blitzer is all up in there getting his SAG card acting. And I was like, oh, this guy he can't tell me any kind of news thing. He's an actor now. What's he doing up there with frickin' Tom Cruise?
Maybe Wolf's a Scientologist.
No, man. There's too many of these news anchors showing up in movies now. Don't do it.
All those movies that Tom Cruise in, they're all the production, all the stuff, everything is all Scientology money. The whole thing. Yes,
I don't know about that anymore. Because a lot of that stuff's funded Chinese. I don't think the Chinese are Scientologists, but I'm not. Not trying to knock you. I'm just saying. All of these movies now belong to the Chinese. You know that, right? No?
All the Chinese has major investments in Hollywood.
Yeah, they're making a lot of Tom Cruise's movies. Remember Tom Cruise's all seriousness, Walt. Remember Tom Cruise's movies was funded by the producer was like a Kennedy. Remember that?
I guess.
That was in the olden days. Then she dropped him. So then the Chinese came in, and for the last about 5 Mission Impossibles, that's been the Chinese companies making that. Okay. So I don't know if the Communist Party believes in Scientology or not.
They believe in influence.
Yeah, they just want to
and stealing technology.
Yeah,
mind control.
Yeah, they own Tom Cruise.
Okay. Well, I hope they have a good time with him.
Yeah, they have all the rights to Tom Cruise.
They didn't get none of my money, so hey.
Yeah. But anyway, that just drives me crazy, man. Like news anchors, I don't want to see you in if you're a news anchor and I see you in the Transformers movie talking like, you're acting in the Transformers movie as a news anchor as yourself, no. Yeah.
You lost all your credibility.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
If you had anybody to begin with.
Yeah. Let's see.
Did you see? You want to talk about some something besides politics will make my head explode after a while.
Oh.
Let's see here.
That's going to be like a nuclear. Your head exploding, it's going to have massive fallout.
Musician killed by grizzly bear in Canada during sound gathering project.
Yeah.
The bear drug him out of the tent at night and killed him.
Wait, hold on. Say
cow.
that. Say what's the last part of that thing? I just heard killed by what was it?
Musician killed by grizzly bear in Canada during sound gathering project.
Oh, he was out there recording sounds.
Sounds, yes.
Oh.
And the grizzly bear dragged him out of his tent and ate his ass.
You know what?
Be mindful of your neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what though? He took one for the team, man, because some rock band out there is going to put out a song now, and they're going to have a dude's. It's going to be like the sample is going to say "dude screaming while he's being eaten to death by a bear." You know, that's going to be a sound that's going to
crunching, bone crunching.
Yeah. Yeah. The next time they make what is that? The Revenant? What was that movie? What was that movie where what's his name got sexually assaulted by the bear? I didn't actually see it.
Oh, I don't know. That's not I couldn't tell you. No.
What's the I'm King of the World? I remember the King of the World guy. Didn't he make a movie where he was? Someone knows what that movie is.
King of the World. I don't know.
I forgot his name. The actor. I'm getting old, man.
Yeah.
What is the actor from Titanic that said I'm King of the World?
Oh, DiCaprio?
DiCaprio, yeah. Didn't DiCaprio make a movie where he was playing this guy that was out in the wilderness?
Oh, yeah. He gets attacked by this bear and he survives. And I didn't see the movie, but I saw a trailer for it, yeah.
Yeah. So now there's... I hope that guy was recording when this was happening to him, man. You know? So now we've got those sounds to see what it actually sounds like. Yeah. Getting eaten.
I try not to sleep in the woods where there's animals that can eat me.
That's not how you don't want to go out eaten by a bear, man. And then the bear, you know that thing, there's a bear shit in the woods. So you got eaten by the bear in the woods, and then you got pooped out.
Well, they caught the bear and dispatched it. So.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. A little late, but yes, they got rid of it.
Yeah.
That's why this thing about, bears being in the neighborhood and all these wild animals, you know why? Because they don't have no fear of you no more, because you can't kill them. You know?
Yeah. That's why gators have learned how to climb fences.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, what is the update on the shipment of that emotional support alligator for Walther?
That wasn't for me. I don't need no damn alligator.
Who was hold on. Someone was getting an emotional support gator?
I think it was Richard Hughes that said that. Shout out.
Yeah. That was for Kevin Dixie.
That's what it was.
Kevin Dixie. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't need no damn alligator.
Yeah. I could tell you how it's going to sound like when that alligator shows up to Kevin Dixie's house. It's going to sound like bullets. Mahalo 808 says, "Don't you always forget DiCaprio?" I don't know. Do I? Do I always? Maybe I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I always forget DiCaprio's name. Leo.
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah, Leo. Yeah. So okay, you want to do more animal stuff?
Well, I'm just looking for stuff aside from.
Yeah. What state are you in, Dylan? Can we know?
I'm in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Oh, well, you got to tell your Mitch McConnell to get his shit together.
Yeah, I apologize to everyone.
That boy's your governor's all right, but that Mitch McConnell, he sounds like he wants to capitulate. So
well, and the problem too with the governor is he's so unpopular here because he messed with the teachers' pensions that he's setting us up to get a hardcore socialist elected. I mean, no state is safe right now. I mean, it's I like our governor, but
Blivin, Matt Blivin, is that his name?
Bevin. Okay.
Yeah, he came to Knob Creek when he was running for office. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he is a staunch defender and
the teacher
Trump actually was here today for a fundraiser for Bevin.
Oh, okay. So the teachers union's going after him?
Yes, they're going after him, and it's just the problem is he's had to delay he had to make school start later, and it pissed all the parents off. So that's quite a lot of voters. Which, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with what he did. It's just politically with the, he's up for re-election this November. The timing was certainly not very good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Man, you want to hear some Florida man music? Florida man news.
Okay.
How about Florida drug news? Florida drug news. I said
drug news.
Yeah, Florida drug news. Let's see here. This is from West Palm Beach TV station.
Oh boy.
Trump-shaped ecstasy pills bring drug charge for Florida man.
Trump-shaped, or it has Trump?
They got it like one side's got the picture of his face.
Wow.
And the other side says "great again."
Oh. Make ecstasy great again.
Oh heck, this is a local guy, Pinellas County. 23-year-old Brendan Dolan King of Clearwater was charged Friday with felony drug possession after police confirmed 5 Trump-themed orange tablets seized during a June search of his home were in fact illicit drugs. Oh, a local boy.
Yeah. Here's something crazy. So now, I don't know, Dylan. In Kentucky, do you guys have any kind of like panthers or anything like that in Kentucky? You have panthers?
Well, in most of Kentucky, not really. We do have some like in the very rural parts, we do have some black bears, but they're a lot smaller than a brown bear. We don't really have any panthers, I don't believe.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing because here in Florida, apparently, we're getting there's troubles with the panthers. Hold on, let me see if I can get.
Oh, you're talking about the one that's got a disability or something like that? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, there's like someone's. I think they think someone's poisoning the panthers. Here, let me pull it up here on the screen. So, Florida panthers suffering from mysterious disorder affecting their ability to walk. And here, I'll play some of this so that you guys can see it. Let me see. I'll just mute it out. Yeah. So you see how I don't know if you guys can see this footage. They're walking really funny. They have all these like those hunting cameras that people put out.
Yeah.
And they're seeing all this footage of the panthers walking around like they're drunk and they can't stay on their legs and stuff like that. I don't know what's actually happening to them. It says an inexplicable crippling disorder appears to be affecting some Florida panthers, puzzling wildlife officials who are working to determine what is ailing the endangered animals. The state's big cats have exhibited some degree of walking abnormally or difficulty coordinating their back legs. So far, FWC officials said they have confirmed neurological damage in one panther and one bobcat, but noted at least 8 other panthers and one adult bobcat are also displaying varying degrees of this condition. While officials have ruled out a number of diseases and possible causes, an exact cause for the cat's abnormal gait has not yet been discovered. So, what do you think that is? You think our panthers are getting high? Some meth? Something? No?
Who knows? I have no idea, man. Oh, panthers have inbreeding problems, Michael Bender says. Well, that's true. They got limited.
Everybody has that. Yeah, don't mess with it.
It's surprising they wouldn't be in Kentucky.
I don't know if you call them panthers, but there's I don't know if it was actually a mountain lion.
I think we do have some cougars actually.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet you have some cougars in Kentucky.
Right. I knew that was going to come up.
You're in college. You know all about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh.
Yeah. Who was it?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going on? That's out of my realm, man.
Yeah, where's the ag commissioner on that stuff?
Yeah,
she don't care. She don't care.
She don't care about no damn cats.
She's not worried about that.
Concealed weapons permit.
Yeah. She's not worried about that.
Nikki Fried. Nikki Fried, by the way.
Yeah. What is happening to Florida? We got gators climbing fences. Panthers drunk out in the wilderness. Seriously.
Agriculture commissioners with a nickname Nikki in their thing. Yeah.
So let's see. Let's go to some gun stuff. The Firearm blog had this, and I think I did share this with you guys. Firearm blog does a review of the Chris Defiance DMK-22 LOVA. Remember?
That's too many damn letters.
Lover, the lover. The
Where's this at?
This is on the Firearms blog. If you look on the Firearms blog, I've got one of those here that I've been testing, and there's a white version, Walter. We were talking about white guns the other day.
Is that for white people, or is that just for?
It's all white. It's all white.
Oh, okay.
In color. The gun is cerakoted white.
I can't find it.
You can't find it here. I'll throw up the link here for everyone.
GBF.
Because I'm sure.
Oh, was that when you said white guns matter?
Yeah, white guns. Here, I'll throw up the link for you guys so you can check it out.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've been testing one of those here for a little while. We actually put a integral suppressor in ours, so we're getting that all sorted out right now. So let me see who wrote this article. This is Nicholas C. You know, all aluminum 22s, man. This is what it's all about. And with
all right, how much? It's a Chris Vector. How many? You got to get a second mortgage.
It's not a Vector. Well,
I think it's about $650. I could be wrong.
It's around $600. You could probably get it for a little bit less than that. I'm sure there's some sales and stuff like that going on. You know, has the actual weight. You gotta love 22s, right? Yeah.
And that's a really good training rifle because you know you could it's the exact same size and feel as an actual AR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it, and I have the So the LOVA version is the handguard. So that's the whole handguard.
Oh, that's the one that's got the that kind of I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's got that weird. I don't think you like that handguard, right? That's too newfangled for you, Walter.
Oh, too newfangled, yeah.
Yeah. Them newfangled handguards.
God damn it. Yeah.
Listen, I love 22s, man. That's my gun. That's my gun I brought in today, a 22. And it happens to be a Walther. Where do you go?
Who's
there
can?
It is.
22 tactical with a suppressor. On
Who's
it
can?
from Liberty Vector.
Liberty.
Yep. I think we're gonna have Liberty coming on next week, but there's the PPQ 22 tactical.
They make great stuff.
You like Walthers? Shout out to Walther, by the way.
I do like Walter, and I really like the Liberty cans.
Okay.
Hey, you mind if I ask you an NFA question real quick? Because
sure.
I
probably will not know the answer, but let's do it.
So when you buy a suppressor, I'm actually looking into doing this. I actually got my fingerprints over here because I just got those done.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do your tax stamp, what ways do you pay for that?
What do you mean by that? By the way, angle down. We can see all your ceiling. You look like just a little tiny head. That's all right.
You send him a money order or something like that.
Yeah. So
you can just get them a money order.
You can do that.
You could do a money order. You could do a check. I think people do pay by credit card, right? I've seen that. I think so.
I'm not sure. I don't remember what forms they accept.
Yeah. So where you're getting it from a local store?
Yes. I want to get a suppressor fairly soon, and I'm 22, so you know I'm 22 years old, so suppressors are something that I don't have yet that I want to get into.
Okay. So which one are you planning on getting?
I'm looking at the Silencer Co. Omega 9 because I have a CZ Scorpion 9mm pistol.
All right, nice. Yeah, so, and then you're going to get it from a local store, right? They should be able to walk you through all of that.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
They should even be able to help you fill out the paperwork and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
And I think you can do it in a lot of places depending on where you do it.
Okay, because the store that I'm going to be working at, they do not have their SOT, so I can't get suppressors there. I'm going to have to get them somewhere else.
Yeah. You'll definitely have to go somewhere else. And what is the name of that thing, Walter? That little kiosk? It sounds like Silencer Co., but it's Silencer something else.
Silencer Shop?
Silencer
Shop, yeah. And they've got some kiosks and things like that you can use sometimes to do stuff that I guess helps speeds it. I've never used that, but...
You can do that all online if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I don't know.
They've upgraded a couple of things lately. They've upgraded a couple things. This is probably a good time. Did you see a good deal on the Silencer Co? Is that why you're getting into it?
Well, partly, I actually know a dealer that he matches all of Silencer Shop's prices, so I think I'll get a pretty good deal on it. But I just kind of want to get it now and buy it because the wait times are so much, that I want to get started because I want to have it as soon as possible.
Just order it and forget it. Order it and forget it.
Joseph Anthony says, does Academy do NFA and SBRs?
Oh, no way. I don't believe.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking airsoft.
Yeah. I don't know that much about Academy either. And Len Holt says, check out Silencer Shop. So, you should definitely.
I'll definitely do that. Sorry to throw the conversation.
Oh no, that's cool. No,
when you showed that can, I thought I'd ask.
We're going to have. So we're gonna have Liberty's. I think Liberty's coming on next week.
On Monday.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. So if you tune in then and ask us again, we could definitely. And
I'm gonna look at their stuff too. They make really good cans. I know Mr. Guns and Gear. He has several of them.
Yeah, but like for me, I've done all my suppressor stuff old school. Get the forms, fill it out.
Okay.
Get the paperwork, the stuff that you need in order to do it, because they changed everything a little bit. You have to do it for each like if you have a trust, you have to do it for each person on the trust thing, and then
right,
and then send your check in, and then sometime after you see them cash that check, they usually cash the check first though. That's the way that goes. But they sometimes because they separate the paperwork when you do it like that.
Okay.
And I think the check goes one place and then everything else goes some other place. But I know you can do things electronically and all that kind of stuff, so I think that's the way to go about it. But congratulations, on getting into the NFA stuff, man. That's cool.
Oh yeah. I appreciate it, and I don't have any of my rifles here with me right now because I live in two different places, but one time if when I come, if you have me back on, I'll have to show some of that stuff.
Okay, yeah, we got to figure out why your camera keeps slipping down, man. Keeps making you look like a little tiny head. Yeah. So just so everyone knows, Dylan is like he's got a.
Sorry about that. Should I fix my lighting real quick? Go
ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, we'll get.
Sorry about that.
Walter, how about showing us some guns here? What you got?
Oh, now it's my.
It's all on you, Walter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull out some guns from under the table.
Pull something out, man. Pull it. Nothing up my sleeve. Presto.
Yeah. What do you got over there?
Let me look around here.
What do you got?
What do we got? What do you got there? You know what I'm saying?
Whip out a rocket launcher or something.
20 millimeter or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. How about night vision? People like night vision?
Yes.
Like night vision?
Someone was asking you about night vision. If not this week, last week.
Yeah, we were chatting about night vision. I've got some night vision waiting for you.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what I got. See if we can pull out the magic.
I mean, I can see rocket launchers leaning right there on the safes.
Yeah, well...
Is this any better? Sorry.
All right, let's take a look at it. A little bit. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Next time cool. I'll have a better spot laid out.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, look at Walter. Oh, here we go. We're about to see some... Got a case and everything.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
This look like Star Wars stuff or
yes.
something? Or what?
Looks like Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar, use the booba. Hear that, Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Why are you so
that's functioning?
I can't remember if I plugged this guy in or not. I might have plugged it in. Usually this stuff does work. Believe it or not, this stuff usually runs. This is first gen, basically Soviet stuff. I think this actually is Czech manufactured, or Czech made. But a lot of times it goes. First gen, usually you gotta have a good IR light source, unless you're out in like a really bright moonlit night or something. But yeah, no, they give you you got that, and they got lenses for different. I guess these are like.
Okay, that's the lens.
Yeah, these are IR lenses. So if you put this over normal light, it'll project infrared light.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if those are vehicle filters for a vehicle headlights, but yeah, you've got one of these sitting over at the shop waiting for you.
Oh, okay.
The only problem about these things, man, the skull cap is like for babies.
Oh,
it's like for little people.
And these are what, Russian?
This one I believe is either Czech or Polish.
Okay.
The writing kind of looks, maybe it's Polish, but yeah, these caps are really small for guys that are small stature. I guess the tank people couldn't be very large because they won't fit in a Soviet tank.
Right. So I'm guessing that's not getting on your cranium.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Just flat out. Oh hell no.
Yeah, we're all very big boned craniums, Walter.
I mean, I got that big old Cro-Magnon skull cap, so it just don't work. But it's the plug. This is a vehicle plug, and the Pinsgauer, which is made in Austria, has one of these plugs in it. So, yeah, it's kind of cool stuff. I mean, if you like Cold War vintage militaria stuff, night vision is some cool stuff. I was thinking of somehow taking the actual thing off and put it
electronics.
In put it on a bigger helmet or something. But,
yeah.
It comes available and the price is right. I buy it.
Yeah.
Usually it'll appear on the market and then you won't see them again for a while. So.
Yeah.
And it's got this really cool metal case too. I mean, if you like metal cases, this is a nice.
Yeah.
Nice
Julie Johnson says you just have a big head, Walter.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
There's no. It runs in the sun's got a bigger one than I do, so it's like.
Yeah. The craniums come big amongst the Kellers. Alec F1 says they don't eat beef in the Czech Republic.
Say what?
They don't eat beef. Is that the reason? Maybe he's saying that's the reason for the small heads.
I don't know. But they have, like for example, in a T-72, you can only be so high because you won't fit into the turret if you're too big. So, typically tank crewmen are not big burly guys. No. Maybe in an American tank you fit in there, but not in those Soviet tanks. So
yeah.
Let me see. I got another one over here too.
Okay. You got another night vision?
Yeah.
See it? What is it?
I think this one's for a G3. The G3 rifle.
Okay.
Let me go over here a little bit.
Walter.
Let's pop this. I'm gonna pop the lid on this thing and see what's in here. What do we got? Oh, look at that. We got more night vision. Oh, yeah, let's grab it.
Richard Hughes says his dad drove a M4 Sherman.
Yeah, those guys, man, that was a hell of a ride, especially when in combat. So anyways, you got this nice canvas-looking bag, and you pull it out, you whip it out. When in doubt, whip out the night vision.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a
scope model.
Yeah, this is made for a G3 rifle. Which I was touting this barrel around the other night. That's a G3 barrel. Basically, so if you say HK91, boom, same as a G3.
Okay.
But these were on the market a few years ago, and like I said, I picked one up because I figured it wouldn't be around forever.
And that's still functional, also, I'm assuming.
As far as I know, I haven't put some batteries in it and see how it runs. But right now, I'm trying to pull the cap off the front, and being made out of some type of plastic. You know how plastic gets when it gets old. It gets old and crotchety. It don't want to cooperate.
Doesn't conform.
It doesn't want to. It's getting hard. You know what I'm saying? Not in the right way though.
Okay.
But it's stuck to the metal. Come off. You peel it off, you bastard. There we go. Oh, there we go. Boom. So you can see the lens inside there.
Yeah, you can see the glass on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff is always cool to mess around with because it's historic, man. Look at that shit. Let's see here. It is. Oh, this is made by Zeiss. Oh, this has got something good.
Oh, that's good glass. Yeah.
Yeah, Zeiss. Yeah. It's got a date of June of '86 on the side here. So
Okay, 80s.
I guess when they looked at it or serviced it or whatever. Yeah. No, cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One day we got to get out and do some shooting at night.
And what kind of batteries does it use?
I believe it uses C batteries.
Okay.
The C size batteries. So, and the mount is a typical German style mount that'll kind of clamp on to. I believe I'm trying to think on the G3 the type of mount they have. Oh, there's that. Yeah. They make a special mount for this that attaches to the G3, but yeah, these are cool stuff.
Yeah, Peter Hinkle gave us a couple of bucks. He says rally at Texas Capitol tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. for all the people out there in Texas.
Cool. Well, be civil. Don't make a scene because the press will probably be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if some of those Antifa type or those leftists show up protesting, you know, try to be civil with them. If they touch it, then put a beat down on them. But,
yeah.
You know, they don't touch it. You know.
Yeah. Jason St. Pierre says, got lucky in 2001 at a local pawn and bought a Gen 3 ITT NV module for $45. That was bare, no optics. Yeah, bare, no optics, and they had no idea what it was. Worked perfectly.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Probably somebody probably liberated that thing and it got to the pawn shop. And like I said, they gave them probably $10 for it, and they didn't know what the hell it was. So.
Yeah, and Peter Hinkle saying they got no notice about the rally. I'm not sure who's organized. Oh, he says Peter Hinkle says it's being run by GOA. Oh, okay. Yeah, John Crump says GOA rally. So, okay, where can people find out info about that if they're just hearing about it now? If you guys let us know.
I saw something on the GOA's website about it, mentioning
about the rally.
And there was an alert about them having the rally, and they're it's something to do with what the governor is proposing. Okay.
What is the governor proposing over there while I try to pull this up?
Well, it's nothing real specific, but he's formed some kind of committee. That's what it is, and they didn't invite any pro-gun people to it until they got a bunch of outcry about it. I think someone from the Texas Rifle and Pistol Association will be there, but yeah, there's going to be stuff proposed. I don't know how far it'll go, but it's important to show up.
Yeah, it's like some safety commission that they're creating.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you know what happens when they create safety commissions?
That's when they come for your guns.
It's just a fun, and that's also a money funnel too.
Right.
Because they have to study and they have to, do all these things, and it's a political funnel for money.
Yeah. I'm looking through the website. I don't see anything. If anyone has a link on it, let me know.
But yeah, I heard about that committee being formed, or that government committee.
And John Crump says that he gave us a couple of bucks here. He says the hero of the Texas church shooting is speaking at that. Okay.
Stephen Williford.
Yeah. SoCal Gunner chimed in with that. Stephen Williford. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, if someone has a link, somehow let me know. Even if it's after the show here, I'll try to post it up on my social medias. I was just trying to look. I didn't see anything on GOA's website about it, so. What is this? LibertyReport.com. Let me see if I can find anything, or if you can find anything on that, Dylan. Let me know.
Okay.
I'll try to see if I can pull up something on it.
LibertyReport.com.
Yeah.
John Crump says. I don't know if that's.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't really see. Oh, I think he's sending me something here. Let me see. Yeah, so they don't really want the gun guys showing up there, right?
Right. That's what I read yesterday. And Hank, you've had Rachel Malone on your show, haven't you?
Yes.
I believe she's running that rally. She is fantastic, I believe. I really am a big fan of hers.
Oh yeah. Okay, so GOA news conference. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try to email this to myself here so I could throw it up for you guys. So pardon my inattention.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't get no pardon, biatch.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, Walter. I really appreciate that. Go get
Oh,
another
you're
gun,
welcome.
Walter.
Oh yeah, go away. Get another gun.
Yeah,
Go on.
bring
Hey, how
another.
about this? How about this? Since I had a night vision scope before, how about my ginormous Trigicon um, scope?
Is that an AccuPower?
This is actually a Trigicon ACOG, but
Okay.
it's designed to put like on a FN, like on the 308 machine gun.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah,
The
so
240.
it's ginormous
Holy cow.
in comparison to normal ACOGs. I actually picked this up from some. I traded an upper for this at Knob Creek actually. So, but yeah, this thing is really cool when you look at it and you go, dang, that's big. So I got to put it on something and shoot it. I've never shot it on thing. I just put it on guns and show it off and then take it off the gun. So
I bet you it's worth some coin.
I think brand new those ACOGs go for like $2,000.
Wow.
So something like that. So I saw it on the guy's table and then they came by my table and they wanted an upper. I said, "What about that ACOG scope you got on your table?" He goes, "You want to trade?" And I said, "Yes." And boom, that's how fast it went down. I had myself an ACOG scope. So.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I shared that link with you guys, so you can check that out. So here it goes: LibertyReport.com. Hero Stephen Williford to speak at GOA News Conference. Austin, Texas. Gun Owners of America will hold a news conference to represent the voice of grassroots gun owners in responding to the horrific attack in El Paso. On Monday, Governor Albert's Texas Safety Commission did not initially include any group advocating in favor of gun rights. This omission was an affront to millions of Texans. GOA is fully prepared to represent its Texas members and promote liberty and justice for all. Press conference to represent grassroots gun owners in Texas. It's August 22nd, Thursday, tomorrow. Begins at 10 a.m. and ends at 10:20. And it's at 11th Street and Congress Avenue, Austin, Texas, just outside of the Capitol grounds. So, there you go. And what happened, Walter?
Oh, when I got that phone call, I did get butt dialed. I guess he butt dialed like 5 or 6 people at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But my friend Sean here locally, I let him borrow. I have a 3/4 inch impact wrench, which is a big old thing, So I let him borrow that, and he sent me a note that says, "On the plus side, your impact whipped that nut right off." And I'm like, well, it's always good to get your nuts whipped off.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yes, and John Crump is telling me it's .co, not .com. I'm saying it wrong. I guess there's .co. It's .co, .co.
Oh, .co. Pardon,
yeah.
.co.
Yeah,
.co,
excusez-moi. Forgive me.
.co.
Yeah. 1,000 pardons. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to try to put this. Let me see if I could put this in the description of this video here while we're doing all of this juggling.
Whipping.
Yeah. Making me bleed my own blood. Yeah, and then YouTube is like trying to force me to use this silly new thing. I keep trying to switch it back to classic. It's so annoying, man. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but okay. So let me see. I'm gonna put this GOA. So GOA Texas. I'll put the link there for anyone who's. So if anyone's looking for that, it's in the description now. So there you go. All right. You can find it in the description. And you should be good. Should be good to go. Okay. All right. Wait. Hold on. What's going on here? Okay. Boom. All right. So we're back to Walter. Yeah, you're. I got to tell you that your thing, Dylan, keeps dropping down, man.
Golly, I'm sorry.
Hey, let me show you. My MacBook that I'm doing this on sits on top of a box that has an AR drum mag in it.
Holy cow!
Ingenuity.
And that AR drum mag has rounds in it, so it just you know.
Yeah, you gotta put it
Is
up
it better
high.
now?
Let me see. Let's see where you're at. Okay, it's better. It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Next time we do this, I'll have a better setup. This was kind of last minute.
Cool.
Sorry.
Cool. We understand, college kid,
I spend all my money on guns.
Yeah. What are you using? Your iPad or something?
I'm using my iPad.
Oh, okay. All right. Armament and Axis gave us a couple bucks. Hank, can we hit YouTube with a hammer?
Oh, I got to show you this. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to show you this. Now we were talking about Nikki Fried, our Agriculture Commission.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just checking out my Instagram thing, and our good friend Richard Hughes, who goes by Flying Rich _official on Instagram, posted a lovely picture of Nikki. Slight modification, but yes.
Let's see here. Let's see. Inspected and approved for accuracy. And then for everyone listening on audio, he drew the devil face over her.
That's the picture you see on the gas pump.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what the?
Wow.
I'm like, she's running for office.
Hey, she's probably got that all set up where she's gonna try to run for the Senate or something.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
She'll probably go for the governor thing. I guarantee you she'll run for governor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was gonna put a little mustache right underneath her thing here.
Hitler stash.
Just a little bitty one.
Little
but
Hitler.
When I told other people that, they said, "Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that!" So I'm like, okay. Richard, the devil made him do it. That's what it was.
The devil.
Yeah, so.
It's the devil's work.
Nikki Fried, Nikki Fried, our Agriculture Commission here in Florida.
Okay, one more time. Red Bear says, Senor Fried. Show it one more time, Walt. One more. You could throw it up there one more time.
Senor.
There you go. All right. Okay. Yeah, you should not be allowed to do that, but whatever.
No. Oh my, you should be allowed to do this though. Can I show you one more thing?
Sure.
Real quick.
Yes.
Nothing to do with
Oh.
She works at the local Hooters here, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is the first Hooters, isn't it? The original.
Yes, the original one. Yes, on Gulf to Bay and Clearwater.
Yeah.
I might have to make a trip sometime.
Right. Walter has
Make a
frequent flyer
pilgrimage,
miles to that Hooters.
Yeah, that's what we got.
I bet you a lot of those ladies working in Hooters are on Instagram, on IG.
Yeah, probably are. I don't know a lot of hers. Their what they go by on Instagram,
Yeah.
but we know her because she's waited on us before, and then when we had Spencer's graduation party there at Hooters, she did the whole party, so took care of the party.
Len Holt says all it costs is the price of a Sharpie. Did you guys see? I don't have it here. I wasn't planning on talking about it. There was a kid. You know how I get all those designs in my head sometimes?
Yeah.
So there was a kid that had a design in his head. It looked like an M or something like that, right? One of those similar things. And he went to school, and the people at school used a Sharpie and filled it in. The school officials and the parents are suing the school now for filling it. I don't know what was wrong with this kid having a design in his head.
Yeah. You don't do that kind of stuff.
So they got in trouble for that.
Well, schools are full of leftists.
Yeah, the zero tolerance. But what was wrong with this kid having an M in his head? I don't get it.
Who knows? But they're
Yeah. So I guess I wouldn't have been able to go to that school with an AK in my head then. Carved this. Definitely, you are out. Forget the Sharpie. Yeah, but what made them think they could take a Sharpie and do that to that kid?
On his head, on his body.
Head. Yeah. Maybe I should find this.
Oh yeah, I would definitely. They'd be getting each one of them will be have a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is that battery? I mean, if I go to touch you and start marking on your face with a Sharpie.
Well, that's permanent. So let me see. Okay, so here it is. It's in the New York Post. Let me pull it up from the Post.
Yeah, that's got to be assault or something.
Yeah, if you guys, let me see. I'll try to share this with everyone who wants to see it. So let's throw it up here in the chat It's a little bit ridiculous, and I'll put it up. I'll put it in here for you guys so that you guys can go look at this article while we're talking about it. Also, since I've seen that, but I didn't intend on talking about it. But since you guys brought up Sharpies, so let's see. Let me pull it up here on the screen. So, school forced black student to Sharpie in his haircut. Says lawsuit. Another black student has been humiliated by school faculty over here. Pearland Independent School District in Texas being hit with a lawsuit by parents Dante Trice and Angela Washington, who say faculty at Barry Miller Junior High School disciplined their son JT by using a black Sharpie marker to color in the boy's fade haircut, which staffers allege violates the school's dress code. According to the suit, the 13-year-old got a fade haircut with a design line in April 16th featuring a track like an artificial hair part resembling the letter M. Right? I don't really know what's wrong with that, but the haircut did not depict anything violent, gang-related, obscene, or otherwise offensive or inappropriate in any manner. JT did not believe the haircut violated any school policy. The suit stated on April 15th, Principal Tony Barcelona, then the assistant principal, ordered JT to go to discipline office because he was out of dress code. Barry Miller's discipline clerk, Helen Day, told JT he could either take in-school suspension, which would cause the 7th grader to miss classes and lose his place on the track team, or have the design disguised with a marker. He decided to take the latter punishment under great duress, as the student had never before been disciplined at school and didn't want to have the first-time suspension on his school record. Well, why wouldn't they call his... and then they're showing here how they just filled this. That's crazy. What the heck was going through these people's... What was going through these knuckleheads' brains with this one? So, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, not wise.
Yeah. How about...
They should be go ahead. They should be fired.
How about calling his parents and having a conversation? Because I think if you call me and say, yeah, we're planning on marking in your son's head with a marker, I'm going to say, hell no.
I'm going to say you're going to be talking to my lawyer.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see what... oh, my God. There's a lot of stupid things that these schools have that just don't even make any sense. What was wrong with that?
I don't care if there was even gang-related stuff. You don't start marking on somebody's head with a marker.
With a permanent marker.
Well, it just don't. You don't do that. They don't give this choice like either fill it in or you're gonna get suspended.
Yeah, but how do you do that and you don't even call the parents?
I will say, okay, I'm gonna say, you
Right.
know what? I need to talk to my parents.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you've got to tell your kids that when things like this happen, don't do anything. Just say, I plead the fifth. I would like to speak to my attorney or my parents.
Yeah.
That's it. Seriously. Do what the police... Look, what happens when a cop gets in trouble? What happens?
They put in front of they do an investigation.
No, okay, so if you get arrested by the cop, right, they read you your rights, you have the right to remain silent, blah, blah, blah. But then they try to interrogate you, right? They try to get you to say stuff.
Well, you just shut up and don't say nothing.
So now when cops...
I want my lawyer.
Yeah, but when cops get arrested, guess what they do? They don't talk. They get a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't
get a lawyer.
Yeah, they don't talk. So the thing is, you've got to tell your kids this, but regardless of that, the school should get in touch with you before, before they do that. They should talk to you.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a real bad idea to do.
They should get some money out of that suit because, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Michael Bender said, if that was my kid, I would give the teacher an enema with that Sharpie.
and I'd get me one of them big fat old Sharpies too. You seen the big chubby ones? Yeah.
Oh, I would write on that principal. I would write on his head with a Sharpie, idiot.
Dumbass.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a dumbass. Put that right on his forehead.
Yeah. Brian Quick wants to know if the parents knew this design and the haircut could potentially... I don't know. You know what? I didn't see the policy for the school there so far as haircuts goes. I guess you're not allowed to get any kind of... Because it wasn't really the letter M. It was like a swoosh. See like how I have these lines? Yeah. It's basically that, but it was in like a little swooshy kind of line going through there. And they don't like the swooshy lines. You can't do the. What if your head naturally has a part in it? Yeah. What if it
has a natural swooshy in it?
Yeah. What if it swooshies over to the? Is Trump's haircut a violation of that school policy? Like, oh man, this is just really, really stupid, man. They're just taking away from kids' individuality. Did Walter freeze? Looks like we got Walter froze up here. You're still there, right, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Looks like Walter froze. Maybe Walter crashed. Walter crashed the system over there. Let's see.
The night vision complicated the system.
Yeah. The CIA, man. The CIA is like, there's too many Russian night vision goggles. What's Walter doing with those Russian? Yeah. So anyway, this is really crazy. That's a crazy story. So.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about that till you said it. I mean, wow.
Yeah. So here's something about Donald Trump that I think Lola sent me this article. I'll throw this up here while we're waiting for Walter to come back on. Donald Trump cancels federal debt for wounded warriors.
I saw that.
Yeah, President Donald Trump signed a memorandum effectively canceling federal student debt loans for America's wounded warriors on Wednesday. Veterans who have made such enormous sacrifices for our country should not be asked to pay any more. Rather, it's America who owes our heroes a supreme debt of gratitude. Hold on, I'm just dialing Walter back in. Let's see. Okay, it looks like he's coming back in right now.
Boom! What happened? Did I go away? Could you hear me? What happened?
Yeah. You went away. You froze up. You froze up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we got you back. We were just talking about how Trump basically canceled student debt for wounded warriors. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you're a wounded warrior, no more school debt for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Mixed feelings about all that stuff, but yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Listen, some of those, a lot of those guys have got some serious damage and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. We can't cancel all the debt, right?
Oh, hell no.
Someone's got to pay for the debt. Did Walter freeze again?
Someone's got to pay for their stupid.
Yeah.
When you go to oh, what the?
No, you're here. You're here, Walter. You're here. Yeah, don't start cursing.
Okay. When
that's Walter's first reaction.
WTF over? What the heck?
Richard Munder wants to know if you got hit with an EMP or what happened to you.
Yeah, something like that. When you go, you go to school and you learn how to do underwater basket weaving, and then you can't get a job and pay for your education. Then whose fault is that? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something, man. The whole college thing really needs to get worked out because it's getting insane.
It's a scam.
Yeah, it's getting insane. Yeah. We're going to have a major problem. I'm not sure how many years it's going to take, but it looks like we're going to have a major problem with these schools at some point. People are going to stop going. I mean, we got Dylan, you're here, man. What do you think about all this student debt stuff and the expensive school?
Well, I agree with you. It's a huge issue, and I'll say, I'm pretty blessed that I'm lucky that my folks are helping me out with my schooling. But I definitely agree that everyone that goes to school to get like an arts degree or something, nothing against that, but that's what can you do with that in a career? I mean, it's just that's what all that debt, like what Walter was saying, is how it's being created, and it's really just a scheme to get money, and it's
oh yeah.
I kind of chose college because I didn't want to go to trade school just because I'm kind of more book smart than mechanically inclined, but for me it's just like the degree I'm getting, I'm lucky that I got people that are going to help me get a job and stuff, because that degree is just a piece of paper. There's no guarantees,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of these kids come out of college, they've never worked in a job at all,
right?
Anywhere, whether it's bagging groceries or doing anything. So they come out and they got their degree, and
they expect to
Yeah.
Right. They expect it to be paid like they have 30 years experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that for every. I know there's some stories where that happens, but it's not for everyone.
I mean, they push this false narrative that somehow you go to college and you're gonna just rocket to the top.
Right.
When you have 100,000 people a year or 200,000 people coming out of college, everybody can't rocket to the top.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So are you? You're probably better off. Okay, it's not for everybody. College isn't. And if you're book smart and you're good at that, then go for it. But if you can get a trade, learn a trade, you can come out and start working right away. And
Absolutely. I agree.
And there's definitely a demand for people in the trades. So
yeah, everyone has to figure out their own path. It depends on who you are. Some people, Go ahead.
And having the degree is actually, it's another thing in your tool belt.
Exactly.
Another. Even if you don't do your underwater basket weaving,
add it to the resume.
You still got that degree. I get that part, but if you've got $100,000 debt because you wanted that piece of paper, and you're not making $100,000 a year, it's going to take a hell of a long time to pay for it all.
And that interest it's going to become like a second mortgage.
Right.
Yeah. That'll never go away. That'll never. Simpson Road Larry says, I thought they pretty much got free college anyway. And then Armin and Axis says, so the Wounded Warriors didn't get GI Bill to pay for their school debt. You know what? That's a good point. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
But because. But anyways, yeah. So there's this really false narrative out there that somehow if you don't go to school, you're not going to amount to anything, and that's not true. So
yeah, that's not true at all.
Yeah, Vanessa Kitty wants to know what your major is, Dylan.
My major right now is business management.
Okay, all right. Yeah, listen,
I tried
Go ahead.
I tried to stay away from underwater basket weaving.
Oh, okay.
Or some of these
arts degrees and that kind of thing,
or history degrees of useless history.
James Parsons says some of the richest people are college dropouts, and then Brian Quick, just to show different opinions here, says it's a much more complicated issue than just what Walter deems a useless degree. Yeah, of course, it's listen. This is individual for everyone. Some kids in high school, you could tell that they have a skill in this thing or that. Like they might like fixing cars or motorcycles, or they're good at welding or whatever it is. That's a good direction to go in. Some kids are more academically bent. Some kids don't have any clue of what they want to do.
Right. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, because but don't get into something just because your parents think that you should do that. Like, you're gonna be a doctor, Johnny, and then halfway through it, Johnny wants to kill himself because he doesn't want to be a doctor. And you spend all this money to do this stuff, whatever it is. I hate to see somebody go through all that time to go to school and don't ever even use it at all. So, but yeah, I mean, doing it. There's a lot of groups out there that think they should have their college debt dismissed. And for whatever reason, so I don't want to.
I think everyone with a mohawk should have all their college debt dismissed.
Okay.
All Mohawks.
Well, and Walter, you make a good point because if they make college free, it's going to devalue what a degree's worth. Similar to like if they just give everyone free money every month.
Well, why don't you just give you the degree anyways? Why go to college, right?
Right. The degree wouldn't be worth the paper it's printed on if everyone had it for free.
In some cases, that's happening. That's happening.
Yeah, I mean,
I was talking to a college professor that was telling me how. So the school that he's in, this school is in Chicago. But anyway, the school that he's in, there's a young lady there that I think is getting like her bachelor's or some kind of degree. And her previous I guess you have to do like a dissertation or whatever, right? I didn't go to college, so I'm not really sure how that works. I did it old school, just get out here every day and make a video. But anyway, she's supposed to write this thing. Her original teacher said failed her because she said, no, this is not, like, you cheated, right, on this thing. So they gave it to him, but they're basically telling him, you have to pass her, but you have to look at this, but you got to pass her. And he's like, I don't understand what you guys are telling me. Like, if she has to get passed, just pass her. Why are you trying to put it on me? And they're like, well, because you need to look at it. We can't just, since she got failed from that guy, we can't just we can't just do that. You have to. So he looked at it and he saw lots of inconsistencies, right? And so he put it through one of those softwares that tests to see if it's plagiarism, and it says, this is plagiarism.
The whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, well, I'm not passing her. And they're like, oh, well, you really should. You got to, she's got to pass. And he says, I don't understand what the purpose of this is, Like, why are we going through this? But what it is they're trying to pass the buck. They don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to just sign off on passing her. They want someone else to do that.
It's the dumbing down of the system.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to dumb the system down so all these people can participate in the system. Because a lot of these people would never be able to participate if they didn't dumb it down. Bottom line.
Yeah. So, I mean, in that case, it's like, what's the point? That's what we had with the college admission scandal, right? And I was telling this guy, I was telling him, listen, don't do it, man. Don't be the one to okay this chick. And she passes, because if this ever comes out, you're getting fired. That's basically what they're setting you up for. That's what they did in the college entrance thing, man. The schools knew this stuff was going on. Who did they fire? They got rid of the coaches. They got rid of the teachers. Anyone, but the administrators over there. Oh no, it's not their fault. They were bamboozled.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're the head ones running the rackets. And then,
who's got that thunder rolling in?
That must be me. I mean, look on my phone here.
Is that you? Yeah.
And along with the admissions and the tuition thing, and then the sports at schools, it's such a big scam. It's pathetic.
Yeah. But how do you? So, for example, in that admissions thing, how do these kids come in there and they're supposed to be on a team and no administrators are aware this is happening? So the kid comes in, they get their entrance to the school because they're supposed to be on a team, right? But they're not actually on the team. They're not out there competing. How come the administrators don't know about that? How is that possible? Isn't someone going around with a list like, where's little Bobby Sue? Bobby Sue? She's supposed to be over here rowing.
Bobby Sue who?
Yeah. That's just, the schools knew that was happening.
It's just like we were talking about earlier with Crenshaw and the whole political thing. It's where the money goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about the shekels. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little cell right over the top of it.
Oh, that looks. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. By the way, everyone out there, we got like over 100 people hanging out with us. Smash the thumbs ups right now, all of you guys. Walter, smash your own thumbs.
I test my thumb every chance I get.
Okay, just checking up on you. Everyone out there, smash the thumbs ups right now.
If I smash it again, I'll have to hit the dislike button.
Okay, so let's let Dylan. We've got like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or something here. Dylan, what kind of stuff do you want to talk? What really chafes your butt?
What get you riled up?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
What really roused me up was I believe you talked about this, Hank, a couple days ago on your show, and I think Walter was on there. But I know it's old news, but the news about how the NRA was trying to get Wayne LaPierre like a $6.5 million mansion in Dallas. I mean, just how corrupt can you get?
I mean,
that sucked.
If you're asking me something that grinds my gears, that's just something I thought of. I mean, I saw that and I just thought, I mean, how can they get away with this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, how will you have a non-profit when you're handing out $6 million houses?
Exactly. I mean, they're asking for the state of New York to take their, I hope it doesn't happen, but they're asking for it with, doing irresponsible things like that.
Yeah, I just think there's never any proper oversight going on in the NRA.
No,
when we look at it, we'll find out there was never.
It's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people are sending money in, they're extending their memberships, they're getting endowed, people donate their gun collections to the NRA.
Oh, they donate their houses and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's like holy cow, man.
Yeah, and look, it's not a bad thing that people are out there donating, giving money. It's a bad thing that these guys, like you were saying earlier, don't live up to their fiduciary responsibilities for people's money, because that money, all of that money should be spent to fight anti-Second Amendment policies, to keep the politicians in line, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
We can go down the line. We've argued that before. But how did it happen? There's no proper oversight. There's no independent body that can't be bought off. Everyone in the inner circle over there at the NRA was pretty much bought off, right?
Well, and not to change subjects, but do you mind if I say something that actually really bothers me that I just thought about? It's kind of on the same subject.
Yes.
But
okay.
I was just watching, I do my workouts at night after after I go to work and stuff, and I flip the news on, while I'm doing my workouts, and I just saw where Lindsey Graham was pushing for the red flag laws when he's up for re-election this year and has an A rating with the NRA.
That doesn't mean anything. Obviously, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. I know.
I just look at if they say they're opposed to red flag laws, give him a D rating and pull your endorsement. I mean, it's just they're pandering to their audience. They're talking out of both sides out of their mouth.
Yeah.
And
well, like we said, they're not really doing a job over there. They're not really keeping people in line. We were talking about this. No one's afraid of the NRA in Washington, D.C. anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No way.
And that's the problem. They should be. They should be. That's what we need them to be. And if not them, we need other people out there doing that,
And Hank, you brought up a good point a few days ago on your show about, I know you showed that article saying how the Republicans were laughing at the NRA because they, I'm no fan of Chris Cox, but, now that he's out, they don't really have like their lobbyists and their, they don't have as big of a presence on Capitol Hill as they did before. Mm-hmm. And, it's just, it's just a freaking joke.
Yeah. Well, this is we're seeing why we need organizations like this. This particular one has failed. I think, like a lot of people say, there's probably no saving it at this point. But ultimately,
will you be in Nashville next year if there even is a convention?
I don't know. I don't really want to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm not really interested in it. I know that GOA Virginia is doing something. I'll probably go to that.
Okay. Very cool.
And look, I like going. In the past, I've liked going to the NRA things just because I get to meet people. That's how I know you.
Right, and that's what I loved about getting to go, because someone like me, I don't get to go to SHOT Shows, so that's a pretty neat thing. Yeah. Kind of a question I have for Walter, since Walter, you're in the gun industry.
Yes.
Barely.
What do you think it's going to take for the big companies to shift their funding away from the NRA? Because recently I saw where Midway USA, the owner, doubled down about their roundup, and they're the ones, to me, that's going to be what needs to change ultimately for things to really change.
Go ahead, Walt.
All the major firearms companies should be they should be very vocal at this point in the game. Like, hey, we're not the criminals. We're not the problem. It's these people are the problem. But they just cower down, and they don't want to, as far as Larry Potter goes and his thing to that, I don't know. It's kind of fuddish. It's very fuddish.
Yeah. Maybe the people, the consumer, needs to get in touch with some of these companies.
Right. I hate to say it, but it seems like I've heard Max say it. The only way to do it is boycotts, but
they do understand money.
Yeah.
Right.
If Larry's profits dropped 50%, he would understand that. Right. If any of their profits dropped 50% or 25%, they would understand that.
Like look at what happened with Daniel Defense a long time ago. I know you all talked about that on your show. Our voices got them to, change that. That cost them some business.
Yeah. It did. Yeah.
Yeah. And it corrected them a little bit, right?
It corrected them.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Walt. By the way, shout out to Hootie Hoo. I see Hootie Hoo joining us here. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Walt. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going to take, from the, and it might be too late by the time they crawl out of their cave and and that's the big gun companies, I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's ones like FN and Colt
SIG.
and all these ones where they come out with these big, like SIG came out with this tough advertising campaign, like don't take my guns or don't touch it or whatever, or and it's like, well, what are you doing in public? What are you doing to say to, hey, people, this is not our problem. It's this. Don't blame me. Don't blame you. Don't blame Hank. Don't blame anybody else. I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
This scumbag killed somebody. So let's try him and get him gone.
Well, and Walter, do you think, like, I know your company, for example, like, if the NRA said to you, we're not going to have you at our shows or have you in the American Rifleman, you'd say, who gives a crap? But a bigger company.
Yeah, go ahead.
But a bigger company, do you think that's part of their fear, maybe? Do you think that?
I don't know what they'd be worried about. I mean, why does Colt worry about whether the NRA is going to play games with them?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, they have a brand that's been around for forever.
They all have their own social media. Okay, so I know we're like past the 9 o'clock hour, but I think this is a good subject to kick the can down a little bit here. Here's one of the big problems, Walter, and I think Dylan, I think you could see this here. So Walter's a smaller company. Right. Therefore, as the owner of the company, Walter's in the streets. He's in the streets. Right. Literally, Walter is making the guns. He's doing his own marketing. He's out there. He's talking to. That's why he does this show. Like, I don't pay Walter anything to come on the show. He takes his time. He comes on. He hears from you guys. He's in touch with you. He's able to tell you his thoughts. We can, he's in the streets, man. That's the best way to explain it. I think a lot of these like big companies, right? We're talking about. If you look at that CNBC, if you go back and look at this CNBC article I'm talking to you guys about, I know it's kind of boring, right? Because it's on CNBC, whatever. But the money, some of these companies are making, $250 million, 500 million, 600 million a year. Those people running that company, they're not in the streets. They're not doing their marketing. They're not talking to people. Maybe.
Right.
Yeah, maybe once or twice a year they wind up at SHOT Show, they wind up at NRA, and they get told how awesome they are, but they're not in the streets with everyone, so they don't care.
I think that's a great point.
Yeah, they don't. They're suits, so they go to SHOT Show and they do dinners with this and parties with that, and they get awards for being the most awesome.
Yeah,
company
you're so great,
and all that. Yeah.
They don't know they're doing anything wrong.
Yeah, they just get on their jet and fly back home, and go back to the office on Monday morning, and everything is good.
Yeah, they need to get up in the streets.
Okay, one last thing before we go. Hootie Who says, "Where are we at with 50 BMG uppers? I need to scrape up some dineros for one." We are shipping those again, Hootie Who.
Yeah.
So
call up Safety Harbor Firearms. Don't tell anyone. Ask for the Hank Strange discount.
I was working on them today. I was building them today in the shop. So, we're getting back up on that. So, get your shekels, get your shekels together. Yeah. They have a serial number now and all that stuff, but, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Is that just considered a rifle? Or
because of the parts are manually operated.
Right.
And they have all the same similarities with a bolt-action rifle.
So they consider the upper receiver the firearm.
Right.
Okay.
And the lower also.
Okay, that's really strange.
So
if it was a gas-operated semi-auto,
it would not be. It would not.
Okay.
Be. Yeah. See, that's what they said, because like an AR-15 is gas-operated, you don't manually operate the bolt.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long story short. So if I built a semi-automatic 50 caliber upper to go on something, it wouldn't be a firearm.
Yeah. So that's the weird thing about it all. For anyone who's interested, they're out there. Call up Safety Harbor, and they'll get you sorted. They'll get you sorted out. Yeah. So listen, just to end that, so we can wrap this up here. If you guys want to do something along with sending emails, calling the White House and your representatives and all that, reach out through social media and wherever all these big companies are and say, hey guys, can you pay attention to this? Can you get out, do something about this, give to other pro Second Amendment organizations out there, etc. Yeah.
Get up off your ass and start doing something.
Get them in the streets. Get them in the streets. They need to see where the people are at and what the people are thinking. Let's probably wrap this up, because I know everyone here we've been going at it here for a while. Let's start with Dylan. Let's do that. Dylan, for the folks out there that want to, like, do you have any social media, man? Are you?
Well, I know this might sound really weird for a kid my age, Hank, but I don't really use social media. But
okay.
I have my YouTube channel. It's not a channel, but my name is DillSpec816. I normally comment like in your videos.
Yeah, you do. Thank you.
Other things like that. So that's one way people can message me or something like that. And I just want to say for closing, thank you again for having me on. I love it. And thanks for the audience members for putting up with me and my terrible lighting. And,
we'll get it sorted out.
Right.
Next
and
time.
Walter, great talking to you also.
You.
And I should be at Knob Creek this year. So Hank, if you're at Knob Creek and Walter, you are, I'd love to meet up with you guys. And also, Hank, maybe next summer I might be making a trip to Florida, which I'll text you and everything. But it'd be cool to get to meet up with you, maybe.
Yeah,
potentially.
absolutely. Yeah, keep us posted, and we'll arrange something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Hank, if you want to know the name of the gun store I'm working at, I can say that. Or
yeah, absolutely. Shout them out, man. Go ahead. Shout those guys out.
The place is called Everything Concealed Carry.
Okay. All right. Cool. Shout out to those guys. Thanks for employing this young gentleman here.
Whippersnapper.
This American patriot, young American patriot. We appreciate that. Okay, Walter, how can the folks keep up with you?
Oh, they can keep up with us on Facebook, on Instagram at Safety Ever Firearms, on YouTube, Safety Ever Firearms, mower death, yeah.
Yes.
That's on YouTube. On Mines, there's we're on under Safety Ever Firearms, one word.
Yeah.
What else? But yeah, basically I post mostly on Instagram and Facebook, so
Yeah. Absolutely, and you could call the store. You could call the store if you guys.
Yeah. Call if you got any questions you want to ask. Like if you're asking about uppers, call and ask. But we are shipping uppers again, so
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we'll get Dylan to come back over here sometime.
I really appreciate it. Like I said, I really enjoy getting to talk to you guys.
No, it's good to know that there's young people out there that care.
Yeah, definitely.
But focus on what you're doing right now in school, man, and what you're doing with your coming career and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, keep your ear to the ground for what these guys are doing, because I would like to see the guns being able to pass on to the future, man. I don't want to see it end with me and Walter and all the other old people out there. We got to pass it on to the young people. You guys have to pick up the torch and carry it here going forward.
That's absolutely right. I just taught I just taught 4 people in my family that were neutral on guns how to shoot the other day, and now they're all wanting to buy their own guns. So I totally agree with you.
Hell yeah, that's Walter says that all the time, man. Get people. That's how you convert.
You got to get out and spread the gospel, as they say.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. So okay, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll be back tomorrow. I have no idea. Don't ask me who's coming on. I don't know.
I won't be there tomorrow.
Yeah. You're not coming in tomorrow, Walter? Okay, we'll have some good guests here tomorrow for you guys. Shout out to everyone out there. Thanks for joining us, hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to. Oh, let me drop the end. I almost forgot that. See, I've been forgetting that, Walter. You're supposed to remind me. Make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up, make comments, ring the bell.
Staple guns for everybody. Staple guns for everybody.
Ring the bell so you can be notified. If anyone out there has a MiG or a F-16 or something, that's slightly used, you want to sell it to Walter, just hit him up.
I'll even take parts and pieces. Pieces. Like MiG parts. Yeah.
Some landing
gear.
We'll
take trade for an emotional support alligator.
Yeah. I need an emotional support MiG or Sherman.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I need. Yeah. This is my emotional support firearm. Okay, we are out of here. We'll see you guys. Peace. See ya.
Boom.